Now to those and more stories in detail. On today's top story, a special Gazette notification has been issued declaring 22 administrative districts that were damaged by the influence of the cyclone Ditwa as national disaster affected areas.
Now, meanwhile, Deputy Minister Iranga Weeraratne says that the collapsed telephone and internet communication network due to the disaster situation can be restored totally normal by day after tomorrow. Deputy Minister Iranga Weeraratne said that except for a few locations, communication in other places is now functioning through the fibre network. There are more than 16,000 telecom towers in Sri Lanka. If around 6,000 of these towers were disabled, now about 2,800 of those 6,000 will restore to an operational state. All our existing electronic communication channels are working very diligently at this time to quickly restore all these sites to an active state. The ministry is receiving maximum cooperation from the tri-forces to be able to restore all the towers to a normal state by the day after tomorrow. Managing Director of Vavan Farmo Chem Company Private Limited and legal advisor of Australian migration laws, Hemantha Punchiheva, have donated a sum of 2 million rupees for relief efforts for the affected people. They handed over the relevant cheque to the President's Secretary yesterday. One lane of the Hatton-Colombo main road, which was blocked by collapsed earth mounds, has been cleared and open for vehicular transport. Police advised the drivers to not stop vehicles at the places of vulnerable earth mounds. The Nuwara to Nawalapitia segment of the Hatton-Kandy main road is open for vehicular transport. The Nabmins road at the Galbokua area along the Gampol-Nawalapitia main road is now being renovated. Polun-Narwa-Batticaloa main railway line had been severely damaged by the overflow of Mahaveli River. Renovation of the railway line is being constructed at present. Under the Alutin Husmak project organised by the Agalawatha Divisional Secretariat, rice, dry rations and essential goods amounting to 1.5 million rupees have been collected and distributed among the affected people. Flood-affected people who stayed at 41 safety camps in the Vaunia district have returned to their original abodes. Relief services are further available for them. The dry rations granted by the government for the affected people in the Alagalla village in Vaunia were distributed among them with the participation of Deputy Minister Upali Samarasinghe.
අපිට ළඟා කරගන්න බැරි දුරට නැවතිලා තියෙනවා. මේ දුම්රියන් ටික කඩනමින් ලබා ගැනීම තමයි අපේ ප්‍රමුඛ කාර්යය වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. ඒක තව සතියක් ඇතුළත ඉතා ඉක්මනින් අපි ළඟා කරගන්නවා.
A special media camp is now underway for the affected people in the Jaila area at present with the cooperation of Indian Air Force medical teams. The blocked Valimadanu-Nuwara main road due to landslides is being returned to normalcy at present. The segment from Kapitipolo to Buralanda have been cleared and open for the vehicular transport. The rest of the road is being renovated by the security forces at present.
කාලගුණ තත්ත්ව යටතේ අපේ පද්ධතිය අර මහියංගන රන්ටැඹේ ලයින් එක ඇරෙන්න ලොකු හානියක්ටපත් උනේ නැහැ. පද්ධතියක් විදිහට පද්ධතිය ආරක්ෂා වෙලා තියෙනවා. ඔක්කොම ප්‍රතිසංස්කරණ කටයුතු මං හිතන්නේ තව සුමානයක් වගේ ඇතුළතදී සම්ප්‍රේෂණ මාර්ගයේ ඔක්කොම සිදු වෙයි. ඒ වුණාම අපේ පද්ධතිය තමස්තයක් විදිහට සූදානම් වෙලා තියෙනවා ලංකාවේ අවශ්‍ය සියලුම ඉල්ලුම සපයන්න.
තමන්ගේ වතුර වැස්සට පස්සේ ප්ලග් පේන් සොකට්ස් කියලා කියන්නේ ප්ලග් බේස් ඔය හැමදාම මඩ සහ වතුර තියෙනවා. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම විශේෂ පළපොරුදු කාර්මික ශිල්පයක් දාවලා හරි කොහමද සුද්ධ කළා ඒක ක්ලීන් අප් කරලා තමයි විදුලිය කවන්න ඕනේ නැත්නම් විශේෂ විදුලි සැරවැදීම් සහ ගිනි ගැනීම් ආදී වෙන්න පුළුවන් මොකද වතුර බහැලා ගියාට මේ පරිපත හොඳට බෙරිස් වහටපත් වෙන්න ඕනේ.
The block Valimadanu-Nuwara main road due to landslides is being distributing dry rations, garments and drinking water bottles for the displaced and affected people in the Parandan area commenced under the patronage of DIG of the Kilnoji Division and the officials of the District Disaster Management Centre. Sri Lanka Navy has implemented a special program to provide humanitarian aid and disaster relief for the affected people. Under this program, Navy motor car, the special mobile kitchen and cooked meals and pure drinking water dispatched to Colombo, Anuradhapura and Puttalam districts. Now, according to the Department of Meteorology, showers or thunder showers might occur in a number of districts from tomorrow since the northeast monsoon has become active. The department informs the general public to pay special attention in this regard. Director Forecast of the Department of Meteorology, Mariel Mendes, said that there is a possibility for the northeast monsoon to gradually establish across the island over the next few days. With the establishment of the northeast monsoon, there is a chance for the typical northeast monsoon rains to begin, especially in the northern, north central, eastern, Ua and central provinces of the island. Rainfall will start in these areas most likely after tomorrow in the next few days and weeks. The possibility of have arisen in the slopes of the central hills. Therefore, it is important to pay special attention to this situation in the next few days. The institutions related to landslide warnings have issued warnings. Even a small amount of rain is enough to reactivate these landslides. That is what we are especially informing the public in districts like Matale, Nuwara, Badulla and Bandarawela. There is a possibility of expecting rainy weather conditions in the next few days. Also, rainfall is expected around the Mahaveli River, especially in districts like Polonnaru and Anuradhapura. Rains are expected in the next few days starting from tomorrow. Therefore, the Met Department reminds the public to pay special attention to this situation.
ඉතින් මේ තත්ත්වය ගැන විශේෂ අවධානයක් යොමු කරන්න කියන එක තමයි අපි ජනතාවට මතක් කරන්නේ. ගිගුරුම් සහිත වැසද ඇති වෙන්නේ මේ පිළිබඳවත් අපි දැනුවත් කරමු.
In Western Sabaragamu, northwestern provinces and the districts of Gaul and Mathura, there is a possibility of the thunderstorms during the evening. So the public should be aware of that too. Especially with the evening thunderstorms, there can be severe lightning. Also, there is a possibility of heavy winds and heavy rain in a short period, especially in the Western Sabaragamu provinces and the Gaul Mathura districts. The general public is reminded to pay extra attention to the warning announcements issued by warning institutions and act accordingly. The Met Department especially remind the public to act according to the instructions given by the Disaster Management Center and the relevant officials, especially the people living in warning-issued areas, in dangerous areas, particularly around river basins and areas prone to landslides. Pay strict attention to the warning announcement issued by these institutions, he added. With the beginning of the northeast monsoon, it is generally expected that the monsoon to be somewhat active during the week. There is currently a possibility of expecting a considerable amount of rain during that week. In some instances, a rainfall of 100 millimeters can be expected with the activation of the monsoon.
Floodwaters are reportedly receding across a significant number of affected areas. Affected people are sheltered across safety centres and government has taken steps to provide the necessary facilities for them. The flood situation in Kolonau, Vellampitiya and a number of other areas due to the Kalniya River overflow has started receding. The water gauge at the Nagalamba Vidya on the Kalniya River has measured 4.8 feet. The road from Vellampitiya to Ambatale has been open for vehicular traffic from Vellampitiya Junction. Several boats are engaged in supplies as area is still underwater and low-lying areas at Megoda Kolonava, Vellavatta, Veliavatta, Sedavatta, Brandiavatta, Kohilavatta, Meteorological and Ambatale are still underwater. About 400 families are being kept at safety centre in Nagarakramaya Viharaya in Kotikavatta. A voluntary boat service is in operation in the area. According to our correspondent, the water level is about 10 feet high.
1875ක් රැඳී සිටමින් සේවාවන් ලබා ගන්නවා. ඒ වගේම ඒ තුල පවුල් 53758ක ජනතාවක් මෙම සුරක්ෂිත මධ්‍යස්ථානවල මේ වෙනකොටත් රැඳී සිටිනවා.
A large number of cultivated paddy fields have been destroyed in Vellavaya area. Sand layers are deposited in certain paddy fields. A special medical clinic is being held at Paramadamodhya Viharaya, Vellampitiya for the flood-affected people. It has been organised by the Kakuma National Organisation. Consultant doctors and nursing staff of the Sri Lanka Hospital is collaborating in the clinic. Necessary medicine were transported to several persons of the same family marooned at Kotkawat area in Gotuhavatua using a drone. Steps have been taken to transport 30 persons displaced from Kotmal area by Mi-17 helicopter to Ratmalana Air Force Camp today.
Now, meanwhile, the Disaster Management Centre will be operational 24 hours to provide relief to the affected people. The contribution, a voluntary group of youth, has been received for efficient handling of operations.
Youth volunteers have been working efficiently at the Disaster Management Centre, taking on multiple responsibilities throughout the response period. Their dedication has been a vital source of strength, supporting operations at every stage. We are currently at Disaster Management Centre and a set of volunteers are working here 24/7 tirelessly to help the Disaster Management Centre coordinate calls and assistance for the people who has been affected by disasters. So joining me is Ms. Mahendri, a volunteer. And Ms. Mahendri, my first question is, as volunteers, what is the force that pushing you guys to do something like this?
So actually we believe youth has a bigger driving force. So as a youth we want to help the nation right now. So majority of the people are here undergraduates and they are coming from different universities, different areas, different backgrounds, but having a one purpose, helping the nation.
Perfect. So can you explain me the process behind these volunteers and how these volunteers are helping the Disaster Management Centre to assist support to the affected people?
Yes, so I would like to mention this flood support ORG platform was made by Ranga Dayavansha. So he has actually coordinated this to SL Startup Founders Network. So then the coordination part got linked to Generation Alpha team. So that's where we actually got together and created a biggest volunteer network. So right now since Friday we have this 2,000 volunteers around Sri Lanka making verification calls, helping people managing rescue teams. We'll be doing a first round verification. We have 5 call centers running right now. So all the volunteers, even online, they are joining with us, making verification calls. So they are verifying their status, what are the necessities that they actually need, do they need immediate evacuation and also any medical assistances. And they will be proceed into second verification stage where they need any extra help, how can we locate them. So, and the third stage, we are actually connecting all these necessities with the DMC and also with MOD. And there are so many rescue parties right now around Sri Lanka giving their personal support, giving their personal boats as well. So this network getting together actually connecting these rescue parties and also the victims. So that's what we quite do here.
Humanitarian agencies too have played a significant role in the ongoing response efforts, offering technical expertise, technological support, essential aid and financial assistance. The World Food Programme in Sri Lanka is among many UN agencies, closely collaborating with the Disaster Management Centre during this time with the critical support where it is most needed.
So the United Nations World Food Programme is the leading humanitarian agency. It's actually one of the largest, it's the largest humanitarian agency in the world. And in Sri Lanka, as soon as we heard about the crisis and we knew this was happening, one of the first things we did was we used one of our geospatial tools, and with that we were able to sort of forecast the flooding and understand how many people will be affected. And then what we did was, with the request of the Disaster Management Centre, we were able to sort of understand what are the immediate needs they have, the relief items they need. So WFP has pre-positioned these items with the support of the US government at our warehouse. So this was available for dispatch. So what we did was we immediately released 20,000 polysacks for sandbagging efforts. And then what we also did today, we also released the other non-food items that were available in our warehouse for immediate dispatch through the NDRSC and also DMD. So as a next step, actually today we are here at the DMC working day and night for the rapid needs assessment. So what we are actually doing is DMC is leading the rapid needs assessment, and WFP from the humanitarian agencies is leading this effort with the DMC. We are coordinating and facilitating with other UN agencies and also humanitarian actors to prepare this rapid needs assessment and immediately have this report ready so we can have coordinated humanitarian response in the coming days.
Now, another 2 aircrafts of the United Arab Emirates carrying assignment of aid of the disaster affected to carry out rescue and relief operations arrived in the island today in the afternoon. It contains a large stock of vehicles and food items required for disaster and relief operations. Officials of the UAE Embassy and a group of officials from the Disaster Management Center of the Ministry of Defense and the 3 armed forces were present at the airport to receive the aid consignment. Meanwhile, 2 aircrafts of the United Arab Emirates reached the Katunaika airport last night also. An operation team of 53 persons were airlifted to the island along with 2 boats used in rescue operations for canines required in search operations and rescue vehicles by 2 C-17 aircrafts. The consignment of aid was officially received by the Ambassador of the United Arab Emirates, Khalid Nasir Al Amiri, and Chief of the Emirates Relief Team, Hamoud Al Fari. 2 officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs were present on the occasion on behalf of the government. An aircraft carrying a consignment of disaster aid reached Katunaika Airport in the afternoon today for the first time from Bangladesh. The consignment contains 9,227 kilograms of medicines, dry food items, mosquito nets and rescue equipment. Bangladesh High Commissioner in the island, Andali Bilias, officials of the High Commission, officials of the Ministry of Defense and 3 armed forces joined the occasion. An aircraft of the Indian Air Force carrying doctors, nurses, attendants and 2 mobile hospitals reached Katunaika Airport in the afternoon yesterday to provide relief for the people affected due to the disaster situation. It consists of 73 persons including hospital staff. The aircraft reached the island from Agra in India, and Indian High Santosh Jha, Director General of the Health Services, Dr. Asile Gunawarthana, officials of the Sri Lankan Army and the Air Force were present at the airport to receive the medical team. Indian High Santosh Jha stated that India responded during natural disasters in Sri Lanka at national level for the first time. He added that India is with Sri Lanka during the disaster situation. The High Commissioner also pointed out that the emergency rescue and search operations and the disaster relief program has been explained to a large-scale humanitarian operation named Saga Bandhu.
As and when it is required, wherever it is required, on the instructions of the government of Sri Lanka. And this is part of our larger effort that is going on from day one.
Director General of Health Services, Dr. Asile Gunawarthana, said that the mobile hospital has been received as a step to provide relief to the affected people. It contains all necessary medical equipment and doctors. He thanked the Government of India and the people, the High Commissioner and all others concerned in this regard. The Prime Minister of Pakistan expressed his grief regarding the disaster situation faced by the people of Sri Lanka. Pakistani Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif emphasized this during a telephone conversation with the President Anurukumara Dissanayake. He assured of the assistance of the Pakistan government in reconstructing the island. Sri Lanka-China Friendship Association donated 1 million rupees expressing assistance to the reconstruction process of the disaster-affected island. Director General of Public Relations Division, Dharmasiri Gamage, accepted the concerned cheque on behalf of the President's office in the afternoon yesterday. Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijita Herat says that a large number of countries have come forth in assistance for relief supplies and rescue operations in Sri Lanka, considering the disaster situation created by Cyclone Ditwa.
Sri Lanka
Minister of Foreign Affairs Vijita Herat added that all countries of the world are with Sri Lanka during the dangerous natural disaster faced by the country. A number of heads of state have expressed their deep concern and grief as well. The President thanked for the aid provided over the phone. It has also been proved that all the countries of the world have joined hands with the people of Sri Lanka during the hour of this disaster.
Meanwhile, the Tourism Development Authority states that the inclement rainy weather has not caused any negative influence among the foreign tourists. Meanwhile, the measures have been taken to revitalize the tourism industry, which was curtailed for several days. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Hotel Union, Ashoka Hettigoda, said that Anuradhapura, Polonnaruwa, Sigiriya, Dambulwa and Jaffna hotels now have tourists. They are expecting more tourists. The prevailing issue is the situation in Kandy and Nuwara. The Hotel Union is expecting to open up those areas for tourists as well within the next 2 to 3 days. Tourists have to remain. There is no situation where tourists has to remain confined inside a hotel. Chairman of the Tourism Development, Buddhika Hayawasam, said that time winter tourism is mostly concentrated along the seaside, especially from Negombo downwards. Those Pasikuda, furthermore, in the deep down south, meaning the coastal hotel zone around Galle, Mathura and Ambalangoda districts. In those areas, absolutely no warning has been issued so far. However, the authority is fully committed to the responsibility of safety of tourists at all times. Chairman of the Sri Lanka Tourist Operators Association, Nalin Jayasundara, said that when the disaster happened, there were few cancellations. New reservations came in more than that. Luxury cruise with 2,700 passengers arrived yesterday. It was bought by the world's largest cruise operator. This gives confidence to our tour operators that there is no problem in Sri Lanka. It is confirmed that they can send more tourists. This is a good trend. The association expects this winter season to be even better than the last winter season.
Now, the President has issued a Gazette notification containing emergency orders and powers taking into consideration the disaster situation prevailing in the country. According to it, propagation of false information is a punishable offence, says Police Media spokesman, Assistant Superintendent of Police F.U. Woodler. Police Media spokesman, Assistant Superintendent of Police F.U. Woodler, said that these provisions and powers are implemented through this extraordinary Gazette notification to maintain public peace, ensure public safety, sustain essential supplies and services for public life, and secure the well-being of the country. Over the past few days, the Sri Lanka Police as well as the Criminal Investigation Department through a Special Operations Centre have observed that false, unverified and incorrect rumours and false statements are circulating in society. As of now, the Computer Division of the Criminal Investigation Department has initiated investigations regarding 57 such observations. Through Section 20 of this extraordinary Gazette, communicating, publishing, creating or otherwise spreading any rumour, false statement that may frighten or distress the public, whether verbally, through information and communication technology, through automated systems including artificial intelligence, or through any written, electronic, digital or other medium, has been identified as an offence under the extraordinary Gazette. It has also been stated that following proceedings in a magistrate's court and high court regarding these offences, a prison sentence of up to 5 years may be imposed. Therefore, at this time, we respectfully request the public, putting aside your personal motives and personal agendas, and especially putting aside malicious criticism, we urgently remind you that everyone should cooperate with the contributions, efforts and attempts made by the government and all its affiliated parties to rebuild the country.
Parliamentarians request to join hands to rebuild the public life, disregarding political differences at this crucial juncture of the country facing a severe disaster. At the Budget Committee stage debate held in Parliament today, this idea was expressed. They also maintained 1 minute silence on behalf of the people who lost their lives by this disaster. Parliamentarian Gayantha Karunatilaka said a large number of citizens have lost their lives, and as a mark of respect for them, I make a request that all of us in the Supreme Assembly, both government and opposition, observe 1 minute of silence at the very least. Parliamentarian Sugat Wasantha Disilva said that the entire community of Sri Lanka is at a moment where they are subjected to suffering, trouble and pain due to the national disaster. It is the community as a disabled population, which has 8.7%, is also subject to suffering, pain and loss. Today, on the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, the theme of the United Nations is about the integration of the disabled community to inclusive social development for the social progress. This aligns very well with the disaster situation. There was some level of effort by some media, including the national television, to communicate the message on the deaf community. However, there was no opportunity for this message to be spread widely through sign language. We propose that all news channels cooperate with sign language during the disaster situation. It will provide the deaf community, which is over 400,000, the opportunity to understand the disaster situation and escape from it. Parliamentarian
ලක්ෂ 4කට අධික වීරි ප්‍රජාවට මේ ආපදා තත්ත්වය තේරුම් ගන්න ඉන්නත් මිදෙන්න අවකාශ සැලසේවි.
Parliamentarian Mujibur Rahman said that natural disasters like this cannot be stopped. It is the truth. Even technologically advanced countries like America, they experience immense damage due to cyclones. The only thing we had the power to do was to figure out the program could minimize damage. This cyclone cannot be diverted somewhere else. It is proposed to President to establish a common mechanism, a mechanism that allows members of parliament in the opposition to also build and work to build the country. Opposition leader Sajid Premdas said that this moment when as a country they are facing many challenges, the opposition will definitely fulfill our responsibilities and duties, free from divisions of race, religion, caste, class, party and clan. Putting politics aside, the opposition has started to work to provide excellent service that the people of the country expect. Parliamentarian Rupavahini said that we are currently obtaining good assessment of the damage caused by the disaster and is currently obtained by the ministry, already preparing the necessary plans before reconstruction process to restore it even better than before. During the disaster situation, active intervening in the process of providing essential food to the public, ensuring that no food shortage through South Network as well as through other commercial businesses is essential. The government has launched an operation nationwide so food is not sold at an inflated price and is intervening in the process of protecting consumers.
සුද්ධ කරගන්න රුපියල් බිලියන 30ක විතර ප්‍රමාණයක් ආණ්ඩුවේ ට්‍රෙෂරියේ දැන් තියෙනවා. තවත් රුපියල් බිලියන 20ක් විතර වෙන තැන් වලින් ගන්න පුළුවන්. රුපියල් බිලියන 50ක් විතර ඊළඟ සති 4 වියදම් කරන්න හැකියාවක් තියෙනවා. ඉතින් ඒ නිසා රජයට අවශ්‍ය සියලුම මුදල් තියෙනවා. මම විශ්වාස කරනවා අපිට පුළුවන් නම් තවත් රුපියල් බිලියන 300ක් හෝ 500ක් එන අවුරුද්ද වියදම් කරන්න මේ රීකන්ස්ට්‍රක්ෂන් එක හරහා ඒකට පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ අනුමැතිය ගැනීමේ කිසිම ගැටලුවක් නැහැ. හදිසි අවස්ථාවක මුදල් අවශ්‍යම නම් අපි මහ බැංකුවේ පනත සම්මත කරනකොට එතනත් හිඩසක් තියලා තිබ්බා. ඩිසාස්ටර් එකකදී මහ බැංකුවේ උදව් ඉල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ නිසා කෑෂ් පිළිබඳ
nations, countries, international organizations, multilateral organizations who stepped forward, who have expressed their support for us, who've expressed their solidarity with us at this moment and who've already taken action to provide services, to provide personnel, to provide equipment, who have called us, talked to us and asked in whatever ways they can help us. We deeply appreciate and value the generosity that they have shown and most importantly the solidarity that they have shown and the assurance that they have given us that they will stand with us during this difficult period. At the same time, I also want to thank the Sri Lankan diaspora who have stepped up like they always do at times of crisis, where they've forgotten every other division, every other issue, but have come together, come forward to help us. The massive campaigns that are underway in most of these countries among the Sri Lankan diaspora to collect funds, to collect equipment, to collect material. It's not only is it helping us directly, but it gives us courage to go forward at this moment in time, and I thank all of them.
Parliamentarian Lakmali Hemachandra said that he should take responsibility. This is the national disaster. During a national disaster, what is the warning came on the November 12th? Who said it? The warning that came from the Department of Meteorology must be stated here. This is extremely ugly politics when people are affected by the disaster. They're doing politics over dead bodies, over poisonous seeds. Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayathish.
November 12 වෙනිදා මොකක්ද ආපු warning එක? කවුද කිව්වේ? කාලගුණ විද්‍යා දෙපාර්තමේන්තුවේ මොකක්ද මේ ආපු warning එක කියලා මෙතන කියන්නට ඕන. මේක ඉතාම කැත දේශපාලනයක් සභාපතිතුමනි. ජනතාව මෙසේර පස්සලා ඉන්නකොට මිනි මතින් දේශපාලනය කරන මේ විශ්වකුරු විෂ බීජ ලංකාවේ ජනතාවට පතුරවන්නේ මේ විෂ බීජ. කවුද මේවට වග කියන්නේ? මේ ජාතික වෙසන අවස්ථාවකදී මාධ්‍ය හැසිරිය යුතු ආකාරයේද?
12 වෙනිදා උදෑසන
Minister Dr. Nalinda Jayasisa said that the report claiming a warning was given to the morning of the 12th has not been issued anywhere by the Department of Meteorology. The report is only sent to Disaster Management Center and then to the relevant institution if issued by the Department of Meteorology. Ignoring engineering expertise and deciding to open and close reservoir sluice gates based on political needs, what would happen to the country then? The time when there was such heavy rainfall, isn't maintaining this without a single dam breaking a sign of competence? By going to spread a lie about the 12th, MP Dayasiri Jayasekara came causing a commotion in his own village. So let us stop this kind of politics.
The Nosindena Dayawa special hospitality program organized by the National Television received many donations today as well. The collected material and aid will be handed over to the relevant district secretaries to be distributed among the affected people.
Nosindena Dayawa Rupavahini Samaj Satkarya Vipatatapat Ape Sahodara Janatawa Venuwen Obe Hrdayangama Parityaga Kolambahata Sri Lanka Rupavahini Sastha Parishraya Weta Genamit Bhar Denna.
The Nosindena Dayawa special hospitality program of the National Television has been operational since 28th of November to provide relief to the affected people island-wide. Donors, benevolent people, private and state institutions continuously bring many items to the Rupavahini Corporation premises to be sent to the disaster-hit areas. Spring and Summer Private Company handed over a large stock of clothes this morning to the Rupavahini Corporation. Raigam Holdings has also donated a stock of their food product to this program. The Guidance International School in Piliyandala also donated dry rations and other essential items worth 4 million rupees to the National Television premises. Principal and a group of students of the school handed over the stock of items.
The Bank of Ceylon today stated the relief services to distribute essential food items to disaster-affected areas and to the people displaced by the inclement weather in another step of the social welfare service. Lorries carrying loads of books and essential good food items is being distributed under the proper mechanism on provincial basis. Left the Bank of the Ceylon headquarters today, the chairman of the Bank of Ceylon, general manager and top executive management, including the members of staff, joined the inaugural occasion.
It is cordially requested from the fellow citizens to donate relief material for the Nosindena Dayawa Sambandhiniya Satkarya community welfare program jointly implemented by the National Television and SLT Mobitel in the direction of normalizing the day-to-day lives of those who are affected due to inclement weather. Now, relief items such as drinking water, detergents and equipment, household medicines and other requirements, infant and child requirements, books and stationery for schools and other necessary donations have to be forwarded to SLT Teleshop regional offices in Nugegoda, Wattala, Ampara, Matara, Gaul, Panathura and Kurunegala, and also to Mobitel regional offices of Colombo 2, Anuradhapura, Jaffna, Kandy, Kurunegala, Matara, Ratnapura and Batiklu during office hours.
Sripada pilgrimage this time will begin on the Unduap full moon Poya day, which falls tomorrow. Dispatching of the sacred statue of the god Saman and other sacred items up to the peak of Sripada started last evening.
The sacred statue of God Saman, which was placed in the shrine room of Sripada Rajamaha Viharaya in Galputtavala, was taken out at the auspicious time following the commencement of ancient rituals. Then the first puja was offered at the temple and the motorcade carrying the sacred statue left the temple premises early dawn today. The procession will proceed to Udamaluwa through 4 routes. The first will proceed from Palmadulla through Balangoda, Pinnavala and Pogavantalawa. The second procession will arrive from Palmadulla via Ratnapura Samandevale, Goraka Alla, Kuruvita and Eratna. The third perahara will proceed through Palmadulla, Ratnapura, Avissavela, Ginigathena and Hatton. The last one arrived to the Udamaluwa from Palmadulla, Ratnapura, Malwala and along the Sri Palabattala Rajamavata.
On to foreign news. Devastating floods and landslides sweeping across Sumatra have now claimed nearly 800 lives, with hundreds more missing, as the death toll from one of the worst natural disasters in recent years continues to rise.
Now the floodwaters have displaced almost 600,000 people and affected over 3 million residents across Aceh, North Sumatra and West Sumatra. The government has declared the crisis a top national priority. Rescue and relief efforts are underway with airdrop supplies reaching isolated communities, emergency funds released and plans launched to build temporary housing for victims while reconstruction begins. Authorities have also warned of long-term consequences, damaged infrastructure, disrupted supply chains and a harsh environmental toll. The disaster comes and growing concern that deforestation and poor land management worsen the flooding. Officials urge residents in high-risk zones to stay vigilant as recovery efforts gather pace.
That's it for tonight.